Hey guys, welcome back to another Lightning McQueen OG video. Today we're going to be checking out the Cars Race-O-Rama 3-car gift pack with the Chick Hicks Pity, Bruiser Bukowski, and Mater. So, I think I purchased this gift pack probably about a year ago. I think it was about summer of 2024. And the reason I picked this one specifically is because I never owned it as a kid. So I grew up, getting all the different die-cast cars for the movie, and the Race-O-Rama line specifically was really the first one that I remember like getting into and buying. I know I had them before that, but I was really, really young, so I don't actually really remember any of that. Whereas this was kind of the first line where I was really old enough to actually remember it. So I remember I go to, my Kmart, my Toys R Us near my house. I think we had a Target near my old house too. And, I'd see the different Race-O-Rama diecasts on the shelf. And, that's a very core memory of mine. And it's still to this day probably one of my favorite diecast lines, or my favorite. I don't know. It's definitely up there. Um, and this gift pack, so I remember there were a ton of these. These like gift packs used to be really, really common for several years. They would do usually like it was like 3 cars. Sometimes they had like more like vertical style ones. And I think that one was for like the World of Cars line, and then they kind of started doing these where you can see there's kind of like a background in there, kind of like a scene from the movie, and they would do these like horizontal style ones, and I remember seeing these everywhere. This one in particular I always really liked because it has the Chick Hicks Pitties in it. I never owned those. I still don't have them. They have been sealed inside of here for the last year, and I think it's time to open it. The reason I kept it so long in its packaging was just because it's pretty special to me to own this, just because I remember seeing this exact gift pack, 15, 16 years ago. And it's still sealed from all the way back then. But in general, when it comes to collecting cars, I'm not generally the biggest fan of leaving them sealed. Like, even if it's something that's decently rare, it really, like, it's just, the reason I get them is so I can have them out and, like, see them, not to just leave them in a box. So, but that's just me. So, let's take a look at the whole packaging before I destroy it. Got this little piston cup art on the side here. They used to have these, like, collect them all posters on the back. Sometimes, actually, I think it was all of them. All the singles from this era came with little cards that you would, like, unfold it, and it showed, like, a collector's chart, and you could, like check them off when you had them, which was pretty neat. Some of them even came with, like, little mini posters, too, which they don't do anymore. But, we don't get cool stuff like that anymore. So you can see, I believe these are like some of the other 3-packs. So this is the one that, is right here. So I don't really know why they're advertising it, if that's the one that I'm opening. But here's the Dinoco McQueen with Mia and Tia. Or Mia, Tia, I don't know. And there's the No Stall one, which I actually do recall having this one. I definitely don't have it anymore. But I definitely remember owning this. I probably had this one too, but I know I never owned this one. And I remember specifically really wanting it. On this side, we just had the Race-O-Rama logo, which is a really good video game, by the way. Not much really on the bottom. Just all the boring jargon about being made in China. So I kind of want to do it delicately because I like the background piece in there, so I think it should unfold. Oh shit, I ruined it. Okay, we open that. Slide this out. Hey, that wasn't so bad. That could have been worse. Still mostly okay, other than that. Look at that. Got our boy Mater right there. Regular Cars 1 Mater. Which I have always preferred over any of the other Mater variants because they started, like, coloring the tires differently. Or the wheels, I mean. Like, he has, like, miscolored wheels later on. I like this one better. There's Bruiser. And then the no-named Chick Hicks Pity. As well as the tires, which I'm honestly not really a fan of these because they're just pointless. And then you're just going to lose them. Then there's the little cart back here. I'm a big fan of these background pieces because most sets I feel like don't come with this kind of stuff anymore. I know in one of my recent videos I did the 2021 Mac Hauler unboxing and that did come with one, which I kept because I think this stuff's kind of neat to keep around. But, you know, the back is just cardboard. And these things are such a pain. You know, obviously it's what keeps them sealed in there. But, like, I don't know why they have to make it so complicated. I wonder if I can just kind of take them out. See, look at these, like, rubber bands. These have to be, like, very brittle, right? Oh my god. Yeah, look at that. It just kind of rolls. It just disintegrates, basically. Well, there's Bruiser. Let's get the other Pity out. Mater's a lot more difficult for some reason. I don't know. I remember when this was a kid and I would unbox these, it was such a pain. I was like, I need help, I need help. I need help, I can't get it open, I can't get the cars out. Now these things are just like brittle as hell and they just rip right out. Honestly, I'm alright with that. I'm glad I waited 15 years to buy this. Let's get this out. There's the little Chick Hicks cart. It's pretty nice. Why did they do this? Oh my god. Why did they package it like this? It's tight plastic around wheels. Doesn't need to be that secure, you know? There we go. It's free. Alright, Mater, it's your turn. So, I might be able to just take some scissors to that. Alright. Actually, you know what? This isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'm just dumb, apparently. Those just come right out. It looked like it had a little bit more resistance on it the first time I tried, but it's just coming right off now. I wasn't patient enough. That's my fault. But I will say, I definitely don't miss the way they package these. They don't do this kind of stuff anymore as far as I know. This is a very, very dated way of packaging them. He's free now. And honestly don't know why they even did it in the first place. Really don't think they need to be held in there that strongly. But here we are. That's what they used to do in 2009. So there's Mater out of the package. It always feels weird to like finally open this stuff when it's been sealed for so long. I mean, this is an old set. This is 2009. I think 2009 or 2010. So this is very, very old. But hey, everything's flawless, man. It feels very, very weird to finally open this. It feels good because, you know, I think it's nice to actually have these because I don't have either of the pitties out on my shelf. So I think that's nice. Obviously, this is like, you know, my millionth mater at this point. But, you know, it feels good. It feels like a service to childhood me. So, you know, 5-year-old me, you're welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to check out all the other videos that I've been releasing lately. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't. It helps out the channel. And thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. See you later.